glad to see you. We will start off as we normally do with Officer White's crime report, and then go on. We have speakers tonight from the Roper home that's located in Riverview, as well as from the athletic department at Old Man.
Good evening. Everyone do this, guys. The biggest driving numbers we have are larcenies from what I would in. Majority of those are going to be south of New York in Colonial Place. 8, 9 technically, what business that's vandalism, but it's a larceny. There's only 2 over here in Colonial Place. I'm working with a number of other officers in the patrol division to set up a detail. But we're going to go where the numbers are. Right now the numbers aren't here. So I encourage you, if you have neighbors that have anything like this happen to their car, please encourage them to make a report with us. They can do it online, they can do it over the phone, and they can call us. They can call me, I don't care. I will not take it. But without the numbers, you're not going to get the detail in your area. It's too weak detail. I already know we're going to be in one area as of right now, and that could change. So just encourage your neighbors and friends and to make a report if something happens. The other big things we had, we have, of course, the shooting over here on La Palette. The parties were known to each other. It's pretty much domestic. The gentleman was arrested. So it's not something that we're concerned about. We're concerned with the shooting, of course, but it wasn't a random occurrence. The parties were known. And then we had stolen auto, 700 block of Maryland. Skins probably goes same thing hand in hand with the car larcenies. There's not a lot of support, but just again, lock your cars, make sure there are no keys in the car, things inside. And was the car recovered? Yes, stolen first, covered on the 4th, 24 block of gospel. It's not news to me. A lot of our cars that get stolen from over here end up in the Park Place area. I know this. The man knows this. So, but still, lock your cars. Make sure there's no key. LA key, take it out of the glove box, check your glove box, make sure. And then a burglary on Mayflower, which should have been a larceny. It was a communal storage shed. Anyone could have done it. They all have access. Those were the big things. Does anybody have any questions? Would like me to explain anything in further detail or any concerns? Yes?
I have a quick question. I heard recently a recommendation that we should leave the car unlocked so that the windows wouldn't get broken. Would you recommend leaving the car empty and unlocked or empty and locked?
Empty and locked.
Okay.
Because most people that come to the neighborhood, they're just doing this. They're just pulling names. I've seen vehicles have broken windows with doors locked and unlocked, so it may not change.
Change that.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, if you guys have any questions you want to ask me while we're here, you guys have my phone number and you guys have my email address, feel free to contact me. Okay.
Okay, our next speaker is Charlene Wells, and she is from the Roper home that's located here in Riverview, and she has kindly brought us some snacks back there, so help yourself. Hello, everybody. As she said, my name is Charlene, and I'm from the Roper home. We're on East 40th Street. We are a residential assisted living just for ladies over 62, and we have been there since 1921, originally built by Captain John Roper in honor of his wife, Lydia, as a safe and comfortable home just for ladies, widows of the war, actually back then. Like I said, we're a residential assisted living. We have 26 private rooms, all ladies. Of course, it's got the 1920s architecture, charm, beauty, like the whole area around here. It's quite an inviting place. If you've never been by, please come by and we'll give you a tour of the home and show you the grounds, and maybe you can meet some of our team and residents while you're there. They're basically their own little family. When we have a new resident come in, which we had today actually, the ladies kind of take them under their wing, make them feel welcome, and support them in their new surroundings. If you're ever out in the neighborhood, you might see some of our ladies taking a stroll in the afternoon, or they may be on the front porch playing a game or singing or just having a snack. So if you'd like to just come by and say hello, please do so. And of course, we're always looking for volunteers. If anybody has extra time on their hands or you're so inclined, please come by and let us know you'd like to volunteer. We have 3 shifts of medical personnel there. There are always nursing staff, 24 hours a day, even throughout the night, so the ladies are never left alone. Their monthly fees include 3 meals and 2 snacks every day, housekeeping, laundry, medication administration, daily activities, and of course all the maintenance is covered. There's no level of entry fees, no level of care fees, no deposits, much more affordable than most assisted livings in the area. All the ladies are ambulatory. They're free to enjoy all 3 floors of the home, of course the garden and the grounds, and the 2 beautiful porches out front. The family members and visitors are always welcome and often take their loved ones out to eat, shopping, maybe just to drive around town, so they're never stuck at the home. They're free to come and go as they please. It's not a facility where they're locked up and can't go anywhere. So there's quite a lot of freedom for them to come and go. Some of the activities that our volunteers will do with the ladies would be bingo, Bible study, music, church service. Miss Peggy, who lives across the street from us, plays the piano for our ladies, brings the dogs over to visit. Of course, they love the animals, they love children, they love any visitors, really. Some of the quotes that the ladies who live there have made, I'd like to share with you. I'm so glad my family found this place for me. I like being able to get up when I'm ready instead of having to stick to a schedule. I can tell that the workers here care about us. They're not just here for a paycheck. There are nice quiet areas where my guests and I can sit and talk to one another without interruptions. I can read or crochet in the privacy of my room, and I like that I can stick to my own routine. And the best one, of course, is that it's very homey here. It's a house, like I said, it's not an institution, so it's quite a welcoming environment. Like I said, you're all welcome to come by for a tour if you'd like to. If you've never been inside, it's worth a look. And if we can help you, a family member, or anybody that you know, we'd be happy to do that. In the spirit of giving back to the community, we are going to do a project called Soctober. You may have heard of it before. In the month of October, we will be taking new pairs of socks to a homeless shelter locally. And we'd like to invite the Civic League to participate with us if you would care to do so. We've made some flyers to pass around. We're going to start collecting socks August 1st through October 27th, so we'll have time to deliver them to the shelter. So during that time, if anybody would like to participate, just bring your socks on over and you can see the home and meet some of the ladies. Thank you so much.
How much space to go? Do you have availability over there now?
Yes, we do have a few rooms open right now. Different sizes, different prices. We range from $14.05 to $22.20 a month, which is quite a bit more affordable than most. But please come by anytime so we can show you, spread the word to everybody else, and maybe they'll come by too. Anybody else have questions? What kind of volunteer opportunities are there? Volunteer? Well, basically we have bingo, we have church services, some people come in and just read and visit with the ladies, games.
I like to join in on that lady from the Riverview too. And the thing I like to add about the ladies at the Riverview is most of them, they have families that they see very seldom. I have one lady that hasn't had to these ladies that had no body. So if you had children or pets, or if you sing, or you play any kind of musical instrument or anything they love, they were just in love. And the porch is really active right now. I can't keep them inside. They went outside, they don't understand it's 110. They're fine. What's wrong with us? So they're out on the porch a lot, and we're always looking for people to come by. And y'all did the parade in our parking lot. You would have hit it. They talked about it for a very long time. So they really love seeing guys. They don't see guys often, and when they do, they can tell you a lot of things about what you're doing. So please, just stop in. We love, like Charlene said, we love showing River home. I've had a lot of assisted living jobs in my life. This is the one I was blessed with because River was a blessing. So I'm so glad we have something that we can give to ladies that can't afford the bigger facilities. We have no cost of, no layers of care. Everything is inclusive. But you do have, they do still have to be able to walk with a walker, cane, and wheelchairs.
Anybody else? Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is Dan Garber, and he is from ODU, and he'll be talking to us about the women's role. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. Thanks for letting me get up here and get a little spiel about what's going on Lafayette River. As she just said, my name is Dan Garber. I'm with the women's rowing team. I started the program in 2008, and it's grown a little bit like that every year. We're currently part of the Big 12 Athletic Conference. And this spring, which seems like a far time away, which really is not for us in terms of planning logistics for this thing, we're putting on a home race. We're hosting what's called the Big 12 Double Dual Championships. The University of Oklahoma, University of Texas, and West Virginia and Old Dominion will be competing in the Lafayette River on April 8th. There'll be a smaller event going on March 24th, typical of what we have done in the past with our home races. It'll just be a one-on-one type format with maybe one additional team this year, but we don't expect the crowds to be what they could be for this April 8th event. We'll be including the U.S. Coast Guard to enforce no wake zones at either end of the race course and be familiar with where we row. Many of you have seen us out there in the river. The racing course will be a 1.25 mile buoy line course. We'll start up around the Jamestown Crescent area of the river, run towards Windsor Point. And we are expecting quite a crowd. If the weather's nice, we could have a couple thousand people out there, and there's already some sort of transportation plan, potentially getting into shutting down lane traffic, or at least mitigating foot traffic on the Grand Bridge. So I just wanted to use this as an opportunity to give you a heads up on all this. I was hoping I might be able to come to another one of your meetings as we get closer to the event, and maybe bring a map to just show you which would be good visible viewing areas of the race, and where there might be an opportunity for you to get your head underneath the tent if it's poor weather. Additionally, the Marine Resources Commission stipulates as a regulation that anybody who is adjacent to this project or this event will be getting a mailing, letting you know that this event is happening. So I just wanted to use this as a fair warning that you'll be getting mailing from the Resources Commission. Don't be afraid, you can open it. They're not specifically asking you to donate money or anything. Yeah.
The day of the event, can you take like a kayak out and kind of like...
Absolutely. You know, pedestrian or motorboats even. Specifically the Coast Guard boats that will be out there to enforce the no wake zone and to control the actual race course. That's going to be up to the Old Dominion staff that will be there. So as long as you're not in front of one of those boats, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you considered having people park at our new parking garage and see your new shuttles to bring them into our neighborhood and line them up to like A and B?
And we've contacted Miss Council, and she's letting us use her parking lot for overflow parking. And our athletes will get bused in certainly. And as far as our meeting went this morning, we may have the ability to shut down parking for obviously have done it at a very, very high level. Yeah.
Are you gonna have any vendors in the neighborhoods, or?
Vendors, no. We will have a hospitality tent for anybody associated with the race. If you remember Modat, I think probably get yourself some free
Okay,
snacks.
if you want to make a buck or something, some hot dog.
It's so there are so many layers of complicated forms that we're filling out for this because of the shared waterway, the city park, the Marine Resources Commission, the Coast Guard, OD risk management. That going for a vendor. If I ask for a vendor license right now, I'm pretty sure that my administration would shoot me.
What happens if whatever college wins this? Where do they go from here?
Well, this is for seeding to go to our Big 12 Championship regatta, which will be in mid-May. It's really the first time we've held races on the Lafayette River since 2010. That was the first year we hosted the University of Miami twice, University of North Carolina, Delaware, Georgetown, George Mason. This will be the first time that we're going to be hosting two top 10 caliber teams, and it's going to be the championship. It stipulates we have to have a blue line to course, so that's a pretty large undertaking in itself.
How is that? How is the course? Is it a good course? I mean, compared to other courses?
I think it's a spectacular venue. In terms of visibility, that's the one thing that our sport struggles with. Most venues, any of you familiar with the sport, you have any relatives or anything in a row or kind of rowing race? Most rowing venues that you go to, even elite, world-class level venues, you're only able to see the last 300, 400 meters of the race, and it's over. So you get to watch about 40 seconds of whoever it is you came to see, and then it's done. Even still, some venues don't get you on the finish line. That is a struggle for us, because the finish line is in front of Windsor Point, a private residence. But the vantage point of the Granby Street Bridge is unique. The fact that you can see from stroke one to the last stroke from that bridge is such a cool vantage point. And to row in front of Colonial Place as a backdrop really kind of fits in with the traditionalism of the sport, and have a historic part of the community as a backdrop of the race. Really is, it's a beautiful thing. We can talk more as we get closer to the event about the specifics of the actual race course, but ideally going forward, this would be more than just a once or twice a year event. And to echo your point earlier about getting a vendor involved or vendors involved, I think would absolutely make for a great day of races for everybody. This is Rick French. Rick French is our sport administrator, especially athletic director at school trust facilities.
I'm a facilities event guy, basically, so I'll be helping run the race. So the biggest thing we want to do is get in front of everybody today, because this is a partnership. It's going to be a joint effort. We're part of the community just like you all, and we really appreciate y'all listening to us and taking the time. For myself especially, partnering up with the caliber of the teams, and for the university and then for the city, this is a big deal for us. So we want to make sure ahead of time. Sometimes we don't always get that right, so we want to make sure ahead of time we get in front of everybody and get your all's feedback, which thus far sounds very positive. So I appreciate that. Not to mention the 1,000 meters. Where's that?
It's going to be right along Mayflower Drive. There's a barbell pole that's out there if you've ever gone for walks with your dog or anything out there, that blue candy stripe pole. That's right around the halfway point of the race. Mayflower in itself is a great spot to watch the first 3/4 of the race. But that bridge, I think, will be pretty jam-packed.
So not too shabby, basically. So, but again, my part right now is not talk too much about running, because I'll sound stupid compared to them. I really appreciate the time, because I know you guys have a lot on your plate in general. So thank you.
And one more question?
Just a suggestion.
Sure.
As it gets closer, perhaps you'd like to put something together that can go into our newsletter.
Yes, absolutely. Our website will be putting out our emergency action plan, and 911 sites, location of the ambulances, viewpoints, all that. That'll be coming out for sure.
Part of meeting with 7 cities today, just about the venue management, is managing the package of information that's going on. So to your point, I think they're going to help with some of that as well, so we can kind of have citywide type communication.
Because our newsletter does through all the residents.
That's for
sure. Sure.
That's a great way to get information.
And I'll be meeting with about 6 other organizations as well between now and the race. All the neighboring civic associations.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Any more questions? Thank you very much.
I really thank you. Thank you very much. Great. Thanks very much.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You said
April
April 8th.
8th, Saturday. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Basically, that weekend.
Our house is right on. Okay, exactly. A viewing party. Okay.
Mr. Secretary, do you have anything to report?
I do not. We do have a quorum.
Dave, our treasurer?
Good evening. On the table is our treasurer's report, beginning balance $1,093. We brought in $510 of advertising and membership fees, expenses, basically 2 months of newsletter, our present balance, if you also include our CD, is $15,736.16.
Any questions?
Let's see. Audrey, do you have a report for the environment?
Right. Well, I do have some good news. We have another over $1,000 to put in the kitty. The EARN program that I guess Jack and I have worked on for the past year. We've come out as one of the leaders of Civic Leagues in the amount of money that we have made through the EARN program. So the city now wants us to state what we're going to do with the money. No pizza parties or anything like that. And we are putting it aside for the Lafayette Wetlands group, John Stewart's group. And also some money will go towards the community garden for the rain garden. And just to let you know, they want to have an update as we spend the money and they want to see pictures. So, okay. The other thing that's going on in the city is giving the opportunity for you to get a 20% discount on your crops bill. And this is if you have water, in the English vernacular they call water butts, but if you have them on your property, then you can go online and it will tell you how to fill out the form and everything, and someone from the city will come and see that you have them and they're set in place correctly. You can get a 20% discount on your bill, so something to keep in mind. Yes.
This is the rain barrels?
Rain barrels. Rain barrels, yes. And I mean, they're very good to water your garden, and they also keep the water away from your foundation. So, and they're very easy to install, or you can go online, and sometimes the city has them for sale. That's about it for me.
Madam President, may I suggest a round of applause for Audrey and Jack for so much in the environmental area. You guys have been phenomenal. I know you're looking for volunteers to take over the EARN program.
We do want two people to take over for this coming year, and if we don't do it soon, we're going to be out of luck. And this is a very good way to make money for a good cause. And
it's been
if the
going
city
up
wants to
every year.
give away money, let's make it from it.
Yeah, but we won't get it if we don't have volunteers.
No, and two people to run it.
And what Audrey and Jack have done over the last several years in running the EARN program for our Civic League is keeping track of the various things that we get credit for and putting articles in the newsletter, how many people sign up to recycle, having environmental speakers posters at our meetings, that kind of thing. But putting signs out, but it has been very beneficial financially for the Civic League because we do have a lot of participation, and that participation turns into monies at the end of the year. So if anybody thinks that that is something they might be interested in taking on, because otherwise we really are looking at sitting out of the program this year. Thank you. Community improvement and beautification, Mr. Roberts.
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report. Membership committee.
Yes, we have a question. We have about 120 members right now. If anybody here is not a member or want to be a member, please come and see me anytime here. We'll fill out the paperwork. Keep in mind, we have to be a member to vote. I think we're going to have a vote coming up here shortly. So you have to be a member in good standing. It's $10 a year, $5.65 over, and it runs from January 1st to December 31st of the year.
Media committee, Mr. Spriggs.
Not so much media related, but I want to announce that our annual flag retirement ceremony is scheduled for 8 o'clock on the 23rd of July, which is a Sunday, a week from this coming Sunday. As always, we hold it at the intersection of Newport and the seawall. The Boy Scouts show up and build a fire pit. We'll take your old national flags and dispose of them the way it's supposed to be done. Legally, with great honor and dignity. So if you have some old flags, you'll take them, right? Deliver them to Pete.
4709 Colonial, drop them on my porch and we'll take care of it.
Well, better still show up with the flag yourself and watch the Boy Scouts do what they do so well, and you'll be impressed and inspired by them. And I didn't get the chance to get in the newsletter because I still don't have final approval of the bonfire from the city yet. So the whole thing is burned up and had fun. I'll put it on next door so everybody will see it there. For all the communities, so we don't limit this to the CPRV. Anybody wants to bring in a large amount of flag, it's great. Thank you.
Dog park committee. Fran, do you have?
Nothing new. A couple people had noticed that the back gate was falling off the hinges, literally. So I think it was probably hit by the mowing crew last week. The city's going to come out with a new set of gates to fix that issue, but otherwise nothing new.
Crime prevention. Charles and Chris, do you have a report?
I guess just an introductory hello. I'm Chris. I'm Charles. And you probably see on your table there, we got some stats for you. Not, pretty much in line with what Officer White was saying. And we also have, at least right now, proposed ideas. We were able to get like 4 or 5 more crime committee signs, the big metal signs you can hang up. So I'll work with Toby to finalize that. If there's any suggestions about where you think a sign would be best place, let us know. Green means we know where they're at. Right now, those are the ones we have. Red is just a proposal. We already got a suggestion of a better location. So.
And talking with the police, they'd rather us not do patrols like we would typically see in movies and historically speaking. And we've been looking at this more from a social aspect anyway. A lot of people don't know their neighbors. And that's the #1 way that we can help prevent stuff is looking out for each other. And like Officer White was talking about earlier, just report it if something happens. That gets the numbers to the police can focus on us better. In doing that, some of the things that we're wanting to do is a movie night in the circles, and I've already done one, I plan on doing more, the glow lights. So that gets people out after dark and bonding with their neighbors.
And we're also just kind of looking for general, we call them block captains, just kind of, I don't know, it could be whatever you want it to be, but really it's just somebody hopefully at least on a block who can kind of be like representative, where we can help push out information, or if you hear something, then you can let us know and we can liaise with Officer White. So Officer White will communicate with us pretty frequently, so hopefully we can communicate with you more.
For those signs, I recommend at Gosnold and Newport at 38th Street.
So actually there are, Gosnold. I think what Newport has it. Yeah, Newport has it. It's kind of hidden, but
questions for the prior committee? Okay, next on our agenda, we did not have nominees at our last meeting, which is when we did our election of officers for vice president. We now have Michael Langston, who has, you stand up.
Michael Langston is my wife, Lauren. We've lived in the neighborhood since October 2013. We love it. This is my way of trying to get more involved in the neighborhood.
And is there anyone else?
Yeah, I know they am also.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe I bought the house a lot. One's perpetually under construction on Columbus.
The voters.
So it's I've been renovating it, and I was going to sell it second, because I like it so much. And we stay and work in the community since I have plenty of free time. So
I'm sorry, could you say your name again?
it's Ann.
Ann.
D-J-O-N-G.
Okay, well, this is a new thing, because we never have two people. What we'll do is just vote by raising of hands. All those who voted for Michael Langston, please raise your hand. Okay, all those voting for Ann Young. Okay. All right, well, Michael Langston would be our new vice president. And Ann, thank you very much for your interest. And we have all kinds of things. As far as old business, y'all may have seen on Nextdoor recently some discussion about fishing along Mayflower. I just want to remind everyone that if you have strong feelings one way or the other about whether or not the fishing restrictions should be lifted along Mayflower, you should send an email to our council representatives, Andrea McClellan and Terry Woodley. This matter goes before City Council on the 18th of July, which is next Tuesday. And at that time, the City Council will either approve the ordinance change or it won't. But I did hear from Councilwoman McClellan this morning, and she said that she really hadn't heard from anyone who was in favor of it, but she had heard from a couple who were very much opposed to it. So,
Quite a few, actually.
So just bear that in mind, where whatever position you have on this.
Opposed to lifting? Opposed to having fishing, yes. Opposed to allowing a few homes in this neighborhood to suffer all the consequences of increased parking, people coming out drinking beer, playing loud music, sitting in front of their homes all day, when they're not planning on doing this all over the city, but just in front of about 15 homes. So yes, there are a few people that are very opposed.
There are multiple ordinances which apply to being in an area. Okay, fishing is one of them, okay? There's also noise, there's also drinking in public, there's also trash. So any of those things, if they're just fishing and doing fishing, then that, is not technically not allowed yet. But if they're making noise, even fishing is allowed. That's an ordinance. They can be cited for that. If they're leaving trash, if they're drinking in public, those are all ordinances that would still apply whether fishing is allowed or not.
What you're doing is just making it worse. That's already.
I didn't say I'm for or against it, ma'am. I'm just saying.
It's making it worse. But y'all caused the problem as far as I'm
concerned. I'm not saying I'm for or against it. I'm just saying there are ordinances that apply to people that are in the public spaces.
Right, their ordinance is allowed fishing right now,
I didn't
too.
say there wasn't.
And that hasn't stopped it.
I didn't say there wasn't.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question in regards to the ordinances, and also ties in a little bit with the Boy Scout comment, and it does involve the Boy Scouts as well, which is what I'm supposed to be tonight. But I came here just to reach out to you with some concerns. It's loosely related to the fishing concept. When I met with Andrew McClellan and the Chief of Police and the City Parks and Rec person about a week and a half ago, I guess, over the issue in Colonial Place, they mentioned that they were responding to the Civic League, and they really encouraged me and everyone there to work through the Civic League, and they emphasized the power of the voice of the Civic League. And since then, I went back and I did stuff on Nextdoor, and I talked to my neighbors, and I wrote a little petition, and I wanted to see how many signatures I could get in 10 minutes, which is all I had between innings of the baseball game. And I got 26 signatures in 10 minutes. So I kind of wanted to come to you all tonight and ask a question, do a proposal, and ask you to think about some of the results of this council vote. According to the city parks guide that met with us, the area along Mayflower, along the river, will be designated a park, and there will be fishing allowed in that park, amongst other activities, like dog walking, kayak launching, and all the things that we have enjoyed doing in Colonial Place collectively for probably well over 100 years, since the beginning of Colonial Place. People have been doing these activities along that area. However, when it's designated a city park, then all the city park, city ordinances will go into effect, and signs will be posted along with the fishing signs that the city ordinances will be enforced. Now, one of those city ordinances for city parks is that that area, that geographical location, will be closed from dusk to dawn, which means if you have enjoyed walking the dog at 8 o'clock at night along the riverfront, you will be in violation of the city ordinance. I'm not sure how that's going to affect our yearly Boy Scout flag burning activity. So all these things that we have historically enjoyed doing will now be in violation. So the police weighed in on that. The police mentioned, and Mr. White was there that meeting, and he mentioned, and the chief of police concurred, that Colonial Place has seen a decrease in crime along the waterfront. So this is not being implemented to address criminal activity like loitering or something like that. They also, when I questioned them, said that they would do selective enforcement of certain city ordinances based on activity. So fishing, for example, would be something that if somebody were doing between dusk and dawn, they would be asked to stop fishing and to leave the area. Dog walking, they would be treated as a loiterer and would be asked to leave the area, but they would not be treated the same way as fishermen were, because dog walking, they would be more likely to look the other way. Of course, our police have complete authority to decide whether somebody should be there or should not be there, so on and so forth. So I talked to the Boy Scouts. They're working on their citizenship in the community badge. Hopefully they'll be able to attend some of these meetings. They stated unequivocally, and my own son, and I'll quote him, Luke, said, "Mr. Mayor," that is his Boy Scout leader, "would kill me if I went and did anything in violation of the city sign. If there's a sign there that says closed at dusk, and I'm there walking my dog at 8 o'clock at night," he said, "there's no way. First thing they do with the scouts, and you may know this too, Mr. Spriggs, you obey the laws, and you don't ask for an exception for that." So I'm very, very concerned about the designation of this area as a city park. So I researched it somewhat. There's another alternative that will keep everybody happy, and that is to make it...
Can I interrupt you for just a second?
Yeah.
It is not our understanding that this area is going to be designated a city park.
Yes, it is.
It is. I met with Anthony McClellan, the chief of police, and the director of the city parks in our area, and that's why I came tonight.
That's the meeting that you guys called, just the two of you without the rest of the community being involved, that we kind of just walked up on the other day?
Probably, yeah. I don't know that I called that meeting. We were in contact with Anthony McClellan. She ran on the platform and has dedicated incredible amount of time and energy to making our waterways more accessible to the public. And this is a joy on your place that we all have enjoyed. And so we all want to support this. I mean, that's what we want to do. And so we were talking to her about that. And she actually came out to our house.
Well, yeah, I understand that, because I spoke with her today. She called me.
I'm so glad. I'm sorry, I didn't get to finish my statement. Can I say one more sentence and then I'll stop talking because I should get my conclusion. So my conclusion is, if it is designated a spur of the Elizabeth River Trail instead of a city park, all of these city ordinances that are causing such angst for so many people will not be in effect. City trails are open 24/7 and do not have the posted signs and restrictions that we would be looking at the city park. And I just wanted to inform everybody.
All right, but what I wanted to say, and this is something that causes the board some frustration. Last summer, this issue was brought up. It was advertised in the newsletter. It was advertised that we would be discussing it at the Civic League meeting, and we did. There were probably 30 people here. It was then advertised that a vote would be taken based on the motions that had been presented to request that the ordinance be changed and the signs removed. That was the opportunity. Everybody should be getting a newsletter.
They don't.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't hear about it being a city park until this meeting.
Well, I didn't hear about it until tonight. And it will not, that will be taken care of because I've seen the ordinances that have been drafted by the city attorney's office. There's nothing in there about the city park.
Well, they did say there would be posted signs saying it will close at dusk.
Well,
To fishing.
To fishing.
It'll be closed to fishing.
They said the city park.
The ordinance will control. And if the ordinance doesn't have the language in it,
Doesn't matter what the sign
it doesn't matter what the police think it is, it matters what the ordinance says.
Well,
But we can check this tomorrow.
This is where it got into the Boy Scouts, and I think part of the issue that you spoke about last year is the city ordinance not being in line with the posted sign. If the posted sign says closed at dusk, that's what, that's what my children are going to go.
But that's not what the sign said. The signs prohibit fishing and trapping.
No, I mean the ones going up. I'm trying to be preemptive. I'm not talking about fishing. I like fishing. I can fish on the Lafayette River. It's great. I have a fishing problem.
But when they came last week, we had the person record that was here and the chief of police, what they had said is that the signs would be about fishing. They didn't say that, they said it would be an open space, but they didn't say that it would be a city park. So I'm not sure where your information came from, because when we met last month, we got a completely different perspective from the representatives. What they're talking about is just about opening it into fishing, not to make it exactly a city park, but to allow people to go back out there and fish. It's not going to be specifically to that.
Parks and Recreation was there.
Right.
I see three different people from the city, and they did say that.
Right.
Madam President, may I suggest that we table this discussion because we can't decide this tonight, and ask that you run down this ordinance and clear this question up, and perhaps you can leave your email address or your phone number. And that can be cleared up. Because the truth of the matter is, the train's left the station. The ordinance has already been drafted. It's going to go before council next week. And council will certainly have the opportunity to hear everyone's voices, pro and con. But in terms of us affecting anything that's happened so far, we've done our part. We had a meeting, we advertised this, we've had discussions several discussions. We've had 2 votes, and all of that has been put out in the community to give everyone an opportunity to say what they want to say, and those have been taken into consideration by the city, which is why they've done what they've done so far. So if I don't think anyone wants people to be barred from wandering around the verge around Mayflower. So
to hear that.
you can rest assured that the Civic League didn't intend that.
Right.
You can also rest assured that we don't understand that to be the case.
Yeah.
So there's a conflict there. We need to clear that up, and if the president would do that.
How many people received the notice from the city? How many people received the notice from the city dated July 5th?
Yeah, I think it was a 5th.
Describing what the plans were for the city. They were supposed to have gone to everybody.
Anyone?
Nobody. And I didn't bring mine with me.
No, I don't have a copy of it.
But this was a letter that was sent from the city and should have gone to all residents. Andrea sent it to me this morning because I told her I hadn't seen it. And I will tell you that in there is no reference to turning that area into a city park. And if it's not in the ordinance, whoever was at that meeting misspoke.
It was the Director of Parks and Recreation in the presence of Andrea McClellan who confirmed his statement, and in the presence of the Chief of Police and Josh White, who confirmed the enforcement of the city ordinances. And it was the very first time I heard anything about that too, because I've been reading all the newsletters and everything, and I know what the intent here is, and I know that Andrea is intending to open up the waterways, and so it felt kind of confusing for me to be standing there and looking at them and saying, well, by taking that action, you're actually cutting the time of access to the public by 50%. And they confirmed to me in that verbal meeting that was
There's a motion on the floor and a second to table this discussion. All in favor? Opposed? And my original suggestion still stands. Contact the person if you have an issue on this. There's really nothing that we can do about it, and as soon as I find out what his position is on the city park, because like I said, this is the first I've heard about it, I will post it.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for taking the time to look into it. Like I said, the first thing I heard was 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was happening at all. Because it didn't seem to be at all what anybody was intending from the newsletters I read. And yes, I'll give you my email address.
Thank you.
And then you can follow up, and I'll also follow up with Andrew as well.
Okay.
Because I've been in communication with her since that meeting 2 weeks ago.
Let's see, is there any other business that we need to take up tonight? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?